It's been huge. Obviously just knowing the league, knowing the talent of the league, seeing how other coaches operate within the league, and so there's no surprises for me now. Like, I understand the league, I understand the process of how it works in the day to day. Obviously Lappy, he set a really good foundation here. So it's our job now is to build on the foundation that he set and continue to produce players that are ready to play in the NHL, and they're going to make an impact at the NHL level. So just the experience that I've had over the last couple of years it's been massive for me growing as a coach too. I mean, I came from the ECHL as a head coach, right, but it's a different beast in this level, and the players are much better. They're smarter. They make better plays all over the rink, and they're going to ask you hard questions where sometimes at the ECHL level you don't get those questions. They're going to ask you the why, and they're going to challenge you as a coach. So being able to be in this environment for the last 4 years has really helped me grow as a coach.
You mentioned Newfoundland. You took over that head coaching job midway through the season, won a Kelly Cup. Was your goal always to get back into a head coaching role?
Yeah, it is. I think that's my personality. That's kind of who I've envisioned myself as a coach. But I am a big believer in learning and being ready for the opportunity when it's there. I was ready for it in the ECHL. I was in that league for quite some time. I played in the league as well. So I was ready for that. For me to move to the American League level and to understand it and to learn under the coaches that I've been able to learn under, and just to better prepare me for when it was my time, and whenever that was, I was in no hurry to do it. I was ready. It was going to have to be at the right time in the right situation, and this happened to be it right now.
And how would you describe your philosophy as a head coach?
I'm a demanding guy. I expect a lot out of the players. I want to be a very aggressive, fast-paced team that turns the game quickly, defend quickly, get up the ice fast. I like the offensive side of the game. I believe that you do have to score to win. I do think you have to defend well, and I want to have the puck. So a big phrase that we'll use is you have to value the puck, and it's hard to get it, and it's hard to keep it. And if you can maintain that possession of the puck and keep the puck and keep teams on their heels all the time, I think that's where the game is going right now. So we're going to have to teach our players how to learn how to play inside of contact, hold on to pucks, extend possessions, understand when to get in and out of contact, playing between checks, and so I want to up the offensive side of things, continue to hammer the defensive side of the game that we've been hammering for the last 2 years that I've been here, which Lappy did an incredible job with, and it's my job to build out where we're going to go from there. But a very aggressive team that's going to value the puck and hold on to the puck and make it hard for other teams to get it back.
I know you're an offensive guy. You ran the power play the last couple of years. You bring that expertise to the game, but your role will shift, as you become the head coach. What excites you about bringing on an assistant now in Terrence Wallen?
He's kind of had the same path that I've had. He started in the ECHL. He's had to work and learn the game, and I think that he, in our interview process and his presentations to me, he had a lot of really good creative ideas. A lot that fit with the way that I envision the power play to operate. The reality of the power play in our division is the penalty kills are very good. We play high-end teams in our division with the Hershey's and the Wilkes-Barres. We play them over and over again, and the Hartfords and those teams, they're very competitive. They check hard. Their penalty kills are very good. So you have to be creative on how you're going to attack teams daily, and I thought his interview was very much that, and looking at attacking the penalty kills in different ways and being able to maneuver guys into different situations to make the penalty kill make different reads, and things that I've done in the past, but with some new flavor to it, which I think is important. So I'm excited to see what he can do with it.
On the defensive side, Nick Schultz, played over 1,000 games in the NHL, has been with the Flyers for several seasons now in player development. Isn't it an advantage to have that relationship that he does with so many of these young players too coming in?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's been around the NHL his whole life. To have him being the next guy that's going to move into that situation to help our D and the young D that are moving up, the McDonald's, the Gronzes, the Andres, the Guineas, the Bonks that's coming in right now, and just being able to get them ready and help them understand what it's going to take to be there. Playing D at the National Hockey League level is probably the hardest position to jump into, and Schultz has done it, and he did it for a long time, and he's also got the 5-on-5 structural mind, of gameplay mind. He's excellent with that. His ideas for the penalty kill are outstanding, and I love of what it is. But he also has the development side of it that he can help these players through. So we can catch both sides, and Terrence has the same thing. And we can teach them the game, but we're also individually teaching them what they can do better with that inside of things. And it's kind of a whole marriage of gameplay and development, which is going to be so important for the players moving forward.
Speaking of development and some of those young prospects, you just wrapped up development camp in Voorhees. What's your biggest takeaway from some of those young guys that you got to see on the ice here this summer?
Well, we got big. We got really big. Danny and the crew, they drafted some big players. I thought there was a lot of skill that we got to see showcase over the last week there. It should be very exciting. We have some guys that are going to be very impactful players here down the road, and our job is to make sure that we're getting them on the right path when they come here.
What do you do over these next couple of months, because camp is going to be here before you know it? How do you prepare for your first season as head coach?
Well, I think for me it started with once I found out that I do have the job, it's just going back through our past seasons and looking at some of the analytics of what our team looked like last year and what we can improve upon, and then putting together a good development plan for the players, because it's going to be a little bit different on how we maneuver our day-to-day, and a lot of heavy focus on development and more small group development, and how we're going to structure practices around that, and getting guys on the ice a little bit earlier than practice. But it's going to be daily hits of development, and which I think will impact our gameplay as well. It will help us immensely. And then just kind of putting together the plan of what we want to do. Obviously, it will be a little bit different than it has been in the past, because just in my talks with Rick Tocchet, we're going to play a certain way that's going to match the style of play that they have, especially when it comes to the defensive side of the game. It will help our players transition when they go from here to there if the systems stay the same, because then when they go up, they don't have to think. They can just go in and play. We know that this side of the game is taken care of. When the offensive side of the game happens, it's very different, right? Like every game is going to be different on what you're playing and what kind of D zone you're playing or forechecks that you're playing against. So we'll keep those tight, and then for us, it's just to kind of build out our plan. What's it going to look like? What's our season going to look like? What's the important dates of where we can hammer our development, and obviously keep hammering our team play, and then we'll just see where it's at before the season starts.
Want to watch all of our SEN programming live? Anyone can for only $9.95 a month, no matter who your cable or internet provider is. Click the link below to download and sign up today.